Wow. Wow. What a pathetic display the Rockets showed us tonight. That's how you leave? That's how you go out? You get embarrassed in 5 games. This is what you show? Absolutely disgraceful. The Houston Rockets went out there and just died on the court. They didn't even put up a proper fight. They should all be disgusted with themselves. Just pathetic. A pathetic group of individuals I saw out there. A pathetic team I saw out there. Lakers came to compete. They were like, let's just finish these guys in 5. Let's finish these pathetic fools in 5. They're not even worth our time. Let's get to the Western Conference Finals. That's all I saw tonight. Absolutely disgraceful. The Houston Rockets have been nothing short of disappointing the last 3 seasons. From missing 27 straight 3-pointers in Game 7 to losing a Game 6 in which the Warriors didn't even have Kevin Durant. They lost that Game 6 in a terrible fashion. And now this year, you get embarrassed in 5 games by the Lakers? You didn't even put up a fight. You didn't put up a fight. You didn't even show up to play. You sat down and you died. That's how pathetic you looked. Oh my God. They really lost like this. From start to finish, the Lakers dominated. It wasn't even close. And then you got Russell Westbrook running his mouth like he always does. Dude, you're losing. What are you talking to LeBron for? What are you talking trash for? You are getting embarrassed right now. You're about to go down in 5. This guy doesn't care. He doesn't care. He just embarrassed himself as a player. He'll still talk trash to you. Good God. There needs to be change in Houston. There needs to be change. I hope we all wake up tomorrow and Daryl Morey and Mike D'Antoni are both fired. Get them out of Houston. If this organization truly wants to find a way to get back to the finals, you will get rid of those 2 tonight. We need to wake up tomorrow morning and hear that both of these guys have been fired. Because if you think you're getting close, getting to a finals or winning a championship with Mike D'Antoni as a coach and Daryl Morey still there, you've got another thing coming. You will not sniff the finals as long as those 2 are there. You can't win with D'Antoni's system. We saw that with the Suns. You cannot win with Mike D'Antoni. When are teams going to realize it? His system works in the regular season. It'll give you a lot of wins. It'll help your star probably win an MVP. But you're not winning squat in the postseason. You will not get to a finals with Mike D'Antoni as your coach. What if Houston does not realize this and they keep Daryl Morey and they keep Mike D'Antoni, then they deserve all they get moving forward. All the future playoff losses and disappointment and choking performances, they deserve all of it. If you keep those 2 there, you're not winning anything moving forward. Get them out of Houston now. Now, we got to get into our stars here. First off, Russell Westbrook. Dude, you are my favorite player to watch. I love your intensity. I love the energy you bring to the game. I love how you are willing to give 100% all the time. But dude, when are you gonna mature as an NBA player? When are you gonna click it? When are you going to play to your strengths? This is the basketball IQ we're talking about with Russell Westbrook. When are you going to learn to control how you play your game? I love the energy you bring, but you can't be going full speed every single time. You gotta learn to control yourself. You gotta be a smarter player, man. You've got to be a smarter player. You've got to play smarter. Play to your strength. Why do you continue to take 3s? Dude, at some point, you got to understand, you cannot shoot 3s. When is it going to get through to you? You can't shoot 3s. Stop shooting 3s. You can't shoot, period. And I'm not saying Russ should not to shoot the ball. I still feel he needs to shoot mid-range jumpers, but he has to find his jump shot. The Lakers were leaving him open, not just from 3, but they were leaving the mid-range for him, and he could knock it down at all. Dude, where is your jump shot? You've never been great at it, but you at least had somewhat of a consistent jump shot in your earlier years. What happened to it? My God, and then the way he's just playing reckless out there. He can't get anything going on offense. Defensively, he's a liability. This series has made Russ look so terrible. I thought last season, the way it ended in 5 games when Damian Lillard hit one of the coldest dagger threes we've ever seen in postseason history. When he hit that three to eliminate the Thunder, I thought that was the most tarnishing damage I've ever seen put on to somebody's playoff legacy. But no, I think this is worse. This season's worse. LeBron, the entire Lakers team went out there and exposed Russell Westbrook. He was atrocious for 4 of the 5 games. The one game he showed up in, Game 3. And if you've noticed this, go look back from 2017. Go look back from the year Russ was on his MVP campaign all the way to now. Go look at the Game 3s he played. For some reason, Game 3 was always a game where Russ just clicked something. Something clicked in him and he started playing like the superstar we expect him to play. But then you look at a bunch of other games, he either has a lot of points, but he's incredibly inefficient and took like 40 shots, or he just had a bad game. I don't know what this guy can do to improve, but honestly, it's gotten to a point. I said this last season, after that loss to the Blazers, you can't win a championship with Russell Westbrook. His legacy is not going to be about winning. His legacy is not going to be about winning. I thought you could possibly win with him being the second option, but no way you can win a championship with him being the first option. And when I heard he was coming to Houston, I didn't see it working out, but I was willing to give it a try because it's him and James Harden. And look at this. 10 points. Game 5. Do or die. This is your playoff hopes. 10 points. He played 36 minutes and dropped 10 points. That's a superstar for you right there. Russell Westbrook's legacy is tarnished beyond belief. It's gotten to the point where you just can't win with him, period. It don't matter if he's a first option, second option, third option, coming off the bench. You just can't win with Russell Westbrook on the team. It's really gotten to that point. And I never thought I'd be saying this, but it's really gotten to that point. This guy's been in the league for over a decade, and he's yet to put it together. I really thought he put it together. Because if you saw how he was playing at the beginning of the year, you saw the way he was playing efficiently. He was playing to his strength. He wasn't taking three-point shots. He was being very smart. I thought, finally, this is the Russell Westbrook we were expecting to see. This is the superstar Russell Westbrook we're talking about. The numbers he was putting up from January to the shutdown in March, man, he was looking like one of the best point guards, if not the best point guards in the league. He was playing fantastic. He was putting up career highs. He was looking amazing. But in this entire playoffs, he has not looked remotely like the guy we saw back in January. I don't know what it is about the playoffs, but he just does not show up and do what he's got to do. And again, I understand the man caught corona, and then he also dealt with an injury. And it lingered throughout the OKC series, which is why he missed the first 3 games, and he got back, and for the last 4 games, he struggled to try and get himself consistent. But at some point, you are a veteran, over a decade in this league, and at some point, you can't get your game together in the next series. I understood the OK series. I did not blame him for how he played in the OKC series. But in this series, you have still not gotten your game together? I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm so disappointed in Russ. One of my favorite players has really just become just an embarrassment in the playoffs. It's just sad. Now let's get on to James Harden. He's actually gotten to that point where he's really gotten to that point where I honestly put him in the same category as Westbrook. Not in the terms like you can't win with him, period, but in the terms that you cannot win with him being your number 1 option. I don't think you can win a championship with James Harden being your number 1 option. I don't think it's possible at this point. His play style is not built to win in the postseason. It's built to put up big numbers. It's not built to win a championship. They had their best chance with Chris Paul back in 2018, and they couldn't do it. They got to the conference finals, Game 7 in their house. They choked 27 straight missed threes. And that was the end of it for them to even get close to the finals. That was the end of their championship hopes. I honestly don't think you can win with James Harden. I really don't believe you can win with James Harden. Maybe you have a chance if you can get a number one option in Houston, and you let James Harden be the number two guy. However, he has to change his play style. He needs to play more off ball, because the way he plays his game, he has to dominate. He has to have the basketball in his hand. He has to consistently have the basketball in his hand, because you're constantly seeing him dribble, crossover, shoot the step back three. That is his game. That's what he does. He's going to either shoot the three or he's going to dribble it and take it to the basket. That's what James Harden does. That's his game. He doesn't really play off ball. He needs the basketball in his hands. We need to see James Harden play more off ball. And that's why you need to get a number one guy in Houston that can dominate with the basketball and let James Harden still play somewhat of his game, but he's got to play more off ball. Is it possible to get somebody in Houston to do that? I mean, it's possible. I don't see that happening, but it's possible. But I don't see how you do that. And even if you do get that person, is James Harden willing to change his play style? I have no clue. I don't think he's going to change his play style. He's been the guy since the moment he's come to Houston. I don't think he's willing to just give up that spot and become a number two. I don't see that happening. So honestly, Houston, I kind of think you guys are screwed. You're stuck in playoff limbo. You have a good enough team to get you to the playoffs and compete, but you don't have a good enough team to get over the hump and get to the finals. It's just not going to happen. Wow. Moving forward, no question, before you even think about what to do with the players, you've got to get rid of Morey and freaking Mike D'Antoni. They got me ready to swear here. I'm so disgusted with those two. Oh, my God. Houston's not winning anything as long as those two are there. So, first thing you want to do is get them out, and then you got to figure out the situation with James Harden and Russell Westbrook. What a pathetic way to go out. Lakers win in 5. I had them winning in 6, but they took care of the Rockets so well. So, they'll be in the Western Conference Finals. Let's see if the Clippers can find a way to close Game 6. They should have closed Game 5 yesterday, but they choked away a 16-point lead. So, it is what it is. Anyway, Rockets fans, you got some tough times ahead, man. You got some real tough times. You got this Rockets team that's good enough to get to the playoffs, but not good enough to lead you to a championship. And you got a Texans team that's good enough to get to the playoffs, but not good enough to lead you to a championship because they don't have the talent. Wow, Houston, man, that's not fair. That is not fair, but that's just how the situation is. Anyway, I got nothing left to say. Rockets go out in an embarrassing fashion. Morey and D'Antoni need to be fired tonight. And things just need to change overall in Houston. That's all I got. I'm out, man. Wow.